Shapira. Bonny, tell us how you're helping businesses to save energy by using the network. Talk us through it.
Sure, definitely, Kate. So basically what we're doing is we're introducing a new language into the network, which is called EnergyWise. EnergyWise is all about controlling and monitoring the devices, the end devices within the network, so that we get a better understanding of their energy consumption and we can control a better usage of those devices. So what I would like to show you here is a short demo of what we're having here. And basically we start with a couple of network devices, which are basically an IP phone, an access point, and a couple of light bulbs that simulate lighting environment within a typical office. And what we're doing with EnergyWise is that we're controlling the operation of those devices during all day. So I can, for example, if there's no one in the office currently, I can turn on all the devices automatically or by speaking this EnergyWise language within the network. So I can give you an example. What happens if the people enter the office? Okay, so what I'm doing is basically going to this screen. And for example, I would simply ask the system to turn on all the different devices. So I would click the asterisk, ask him to activate all devices. And then what would happen all of a sudden is that the different services would become available. So you can see the light bulbs are turning on. The IP phone would soon turn on in a minute. You can see that it's just turning on. The access point, so the employee, once it gets into the office, will have all the services available, but they will not be consuming energy during off-business hours. Okay, so that is what EnergyWise is all about. And the idea is to extend the reach of EnergyWise to different end devices. We've started with PoE devices like IP phones and access points, and we're now collaborating with different power distribution units to enable control down to the plug, to the outlet level of those power distribution units. So we can control lighting bulbs, printers, projectors, whatever is connected to those PDUs. Okay? Now what I would like to show you now is a couple of other management platforms that we're supporting, which is very important because obviously you would not expect someone just to configure CLI to control its network devices, energy usage. So what we have here is LMS. LMS is the most used LAN management system that we have for any customer using routers and switches. And within LMS, we're offering, first of all, an inventory check so that customer could go in and get an immediate view of the network in terms of EnergyWise capabilities. So we can see here, for example, within this network, we have a couple of devices that are EnergyWise enabled and other devices that cannot support EnergyWise. And I can understand immediately what do I need to do in order to make those devices EnergyWise enabled. Now then, from there I can go to the dashboard and immediately start commanding and control the network devices. So I can see here a couple of graphs which provide information on different groups of devices or services, what would be their average power consumption without using EnergyWise, and then what would happen if I deploy specific EnergyWise policies to reduce the energy consumption, so you can immediately see the savings. Another interesting application that we have is called Orchestrator, where basically we're adding also the control and command of PCs and laptops. The idea here is that we are getting all the information from those end devices, so PoE devices, power distribution units, and PCs and laptops, and we're generating this, what we call sustainability dashboard, which provides information on the current total consumption of the network. Also, you can see it translated to money, energy, carbon dioxide, fuel, trees, and cars that we're saving by not using that amount of energy. And we get a breakdown per device family. So I can immediately see that most of my energy is being consumed, for example, by PCs or by IP phones, etc., etc. And I can see it also per building or per department. So I can, for example, have kind of an internal awareness campaign where I can tell each department or building how much energy it is consuming now. And if it starts saving energy, we can see the difference between the different departments. Any questions, Kate?
Thank you very much, Bonny, for showing us that. Can you give us any examples of businesses who have gone with this?
Definitely. So we have quite a lot of customers who are using it already. Just to name a couple of them. So we have the London Bureau of Hillingdon, which has deployed it and is using it already. We have the Brunel University, which is using it as well, and the University of Berlin, just to name a few. They're all using it, and the savings is, again, they have around 3,000 students or something like this, so they've been saving between 20 to 60,000 euros a year,
Wow.
just on that. And the nice thing about this solution is that most of the solution comes free with our routers and switches. So this is a borderless service which customers get for free once they get our products.
Okay, great stuff. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.